Welcome, sadhakas. From this session, we are entering a domain of Vedic system as to the phenomenon of antibody formation. Antibody formation phenomenon is a transcendental phenomenon. It is a phenomenon of happening at transcendental origin of creator's space. Lord Shiv is the overlord of the transcendental phenomenon. This Vedic system phenomenon of antibody formation as such is the phenomenon of transcendental features. It is the transcendental origin of the creator's space, which is the domain of this happening, this phenomenon, this formation, this creation. It is transcendental creation. When it is said it is a transcendental creation, then it means that it is a five-space phenomenon. Five-space phenomenon is a solid order domain phenomenon. Therefore, to have proper initiation in this domain, we have to initiate ourselves with the first transcendental mantra, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya is transcendental mantra. Om Namah Shivaya are three distinct formulations which together constitute this mantra. This mantra, as a setup of three formulations, is availing 1, 2, and 3 syllables respectively for these three formulations, namely Om Namah Shivaya. Om is a sole syllable. Namah is a composition of a pair of syllables, and Shivaya is a composition of triple syllables. As such, the first organization feature of this mantra brings us face to face with triple values 1, 2, and 3. We know these triple values 1, 2, and 3 constitute a unique triple, as that each of these triple values is a non-composite value. 1, 2, and 3, all of them are non-composite values. 1, 2, and 3 do not accept a proper divisor. Therefore, this mantra has its unique organization, and it is this feature which deserves to be imbibed well. Let us visit these triple formulations, and we will come to face with another unique feature, as that O is accepting DC value 16, while Namaha is accepting value 32, and Shivai is of DC value 15. Therefore, the gap between 15 and 16 is bridged by value 32. 16, 32, and 15 makes a unique triple summation value 63, which in the context of 5 space will make it 63 plus 5 is equal to 68, which is parallel with the TC value of Panch Mahabhut. Before we proceed further, it will be blissful that we shall visit the formulation Shiv. Formulation Shiv as a single word leads to value 1. At next step, it being a composition of a pair of syllables leads to value 2, and step ahead, as this pair of syllables, she and wa, are availing in all quadruple letters. The TC value of formulation Shiv is 12. So see formulation Shiv as word, as syllables, as letters, and as TC values make quadruple 1, 2, 4, 12 of summation value 19. Let us have a pause here. Value 19 is TC value of formulation Shraddha, faith, Tantra, the system, Man, the mind, Krishna, Arjun. This way, the formulation Shiv is inherently preserving the initial features of the system. We, the students of Vedic mathematics, science, and technology, we, the sadhukas of Vedic systems, shall be face to face with these organization features of the formulation Shiv, and in terms of these features of this formulation, we will be in a position to have appreciation of the way Vedic system unfolds itself and the way organization format as formulation Shiv is settling a format for chase of the existence phenomenon as per Vedic system. Vedic system as formulation Shiv in its initial quadruple step brings us face to face with the transcendental format manifesting within creator's space. Once we are having insight about the manifestation of the transcendental format within creator's space as of value 19, the further steps will follow of their own, and the next 6 steps of TC values are enlisted, tabulated on the computer screen. On the right side is the tabulation of these 6 steps, and these 6 steps sequentially lead us to values 21, 92, 54, 40, 100, and 200. These 6 folds together are of summation value 519, which is parallel with the total letters of the entire text of Ganita Sutras and Upasutras. Let us have a pause here and let us be face to face with this organization feature, which is parallel with the Vedic mathematics. Vedic mathematics, as such, is the mathematics of manifested format of the transcendental origin of the creator's space. As such, the antibody formation phenomenon becomes the phenomenon of Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, and Vedic technologies. Vedic systems chase existence phenomenon, and this chase of the existence phenomenon is the mathematical chase. Therefore, we, the students of Vedic mathematics, we, the sadhakas of Vedic systems, are well equipped with mathematics, and once we are having mathematics for the phenomenon, the chase in itself becomes purely mathematical chase. Therefore, the phenomenon of antibody formation will become the phenomenon of hypercubes, the representative regular bodies of dimensional spaces. Vedic systems chase the existence phenomenon as a phenomenon of dimensional spaces of order 1 to order 10. On the computer screen on the right side is tabulation of hypercubes 1 to 10, the representative regular bodies 1 space to 10 space. We know that hypercubes are four-fold setups and summation values of four folds of hypercube 1 to hypercube 10 or 2, 6, 10, 12, sorry, 2, 6, 10, 14, 18, 22, 26, 30, 34, and 38. Value 38 is equal to 19 plus 19. And we know that value 21 splits into a pair of domains of value 19 each. Further, we know that value 21 is parallel with the TC value of formulation Shivale as well as the PROR. So the universal sphere split into a pair of hemispheres is the organization feature which deserves to be comprehended well. Before we analyze it further, here it also will be relevant to take note that hypercubes 1 to 10 are full unit hypercubes, but within creators the space along with the full unit bodies, there is manifestation of half unit bodies as well. Now, on the computer screen, the tabulation of half unit hypercubes of summation values 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 are depicted to have a proper insight about this simultaneous manifestation of full unit and half unit bodies. We will be having insight as to how the antibodies phenomenon is inherently linked with this simultaneous manifestation phenomenon of full unit and half unit bodies. Here in the context, it will be relevant to take note that half unit body H5 is of TC value 19, which is half of the value 38 of full unit body H10. So hypercube 10 has a full unit body is of value equal to the pair of half unit bodies hypercube. H10 as 38 and H5 as 19 is the happening with whose comprehension we may be in a position to have insight about the phenomenon of antibody formations. This feature of hypercube 10 as value 38 and pair of hypercubes 5 of value 19 each is the happening which is at the base of the phenomenon of antibody formations. Before we take this aspect further, here itself it will be relevant to take note that domain split feature is playing its role, and it is with comprehension of features of domain split spectra that we may be in a position to be parallel with the happening of antibody formation. See, N domain splits into a pair of n minus 2 domains, and dimension of dimension level n minus 4 domain, summation value 4n minus 8, it is 4 times n minus 2. Therefore, the split of a domain as quadruple dimensions domains is the happening with whose appreciation it may be possible to have insight about the phenomenon of antibody formation. N is equal to 3 will lead to value 4, 4 will lead to 8, and 7 will lead to value 20. Like that, the domain split phenomenon is the phenomenon which brings us face to face with the space content manifestation as domain, permitting transcendence within it along its dimensional order. As such, we have to have a comprehensive view which will help us appreciate value 1. We will get h half of half unit, 2 as h1 full unit, 3 as h1 of half unit, 4 as d3, 5 as h1 and half, 6 and h2, 7 as h2, 8 as d4. It is a unique integration of full unit and half unit bodies along the domain content split of transcendence along its dimensional order. These all features as artifices of numbers and as dimensional frames, as space content, as space bodies, as antibodies. All these large number of features are at simultaneous play. Let us have a pause and take into consideration one another feature of the values of numbers. It is about the factors of the numbers. Numbers 1 to 10 will lead to factors 16. Now, numbers, factors of the numbers, prime factors, dimensional frames, simultaneous manifestations, full and half units, and this all happening within creators space, four space with transcendental origin. This overview will help us appreciate as that the phenomenon of antibody formation is a transcendental phenomenon, and for it we have to sequentially chase the transition from spatial order, creators of space presided by Lord Brahma, to solid order, five space presided by the transcendental Lord Shiva. As such, the chase of this phenomenon will begin with transcendental origin and say ultimately become of the range of happening within the transcendental cavity at the seat of the transcendental origin, which will go parallel with the self-referral domain Vasudev Sarvam Iti. In this background, we shall be initiating ourselves to be parallel with Vedic system. Thank you very much.